Hello, I am Ashley McAllister, and this is a presentation on geolocation and geoblocking. The project was completed by Tessa Orwat and me under the advisement of Ali Mazloum and Dr. Jorge Crescino during fall 2024. Before speaking about our project, I'd like to tell you about what geolocation and geoblocking are. Geolocation is where a device is physically located. For example, a device physically in Columbia, South Carolina would have a geolocation of Columbia. Geoblocking occurs when network access is blocked based on its geographical location or IP address. An example of this is when a country doesn't allow traffic on their network that originates outside of that country. Next generation firewalls are advanced firewalls that have features such as intrusion protection and application control. They are well known throughout the world. These devices can control access to the network by sectioning off into zones such as usernet, internet, or extranet. These zones are then assigned source or destination addresses, which are denied from the network. The addresses can include a list of specific IP addresses or an entire country. The objective of this project is to configure geoblocking security policy rules on a next generation firewall and test the policy's effectiveness in protecting the internal network. These security policies are to ensure that all traffic from the selected country will be dropped prior to entering the network. The firewall serves as a filter for all traffic, assessing its origin in order to determine whether it will be allowed to access the network. To begin implementation, the network must be organized into zones, which is where security policies will be associated and enforced. Once created, the region to be blocked must be identified, which in our case was China. We then configured vulnerability profiles to alert to any traffic coming from China and block it from entering the network. Lastly, the vulnerability profiles were assigned to the proper security zone to set the process in place. As a result of this study, we were able to use the Palo Alto next generation firewalls to enforce geoblocking. The firewall was successfully configured to identify and drop any traffic originating from China. This required us to identify and create virtual zones within the network and attach security policies to those zones. We also learned to use security profiles to defend against attacks and deploy geoblocking by using vulnerability profiles. Thank you for your attention. I will now be followed by Tessa, who will provide a video demonstration of our project.
In this video, I will be showing you how to block traffic to and from a specific geographical location. In this example, we will be blocking Russia. Now, I will be attempting to access a news website from the Russian Federation called sputniknews.com. As you can see, we are able to access the website. Now, going into the terminal emulator, we can use the ns lookup command to determine the IP address of sputniknews.com. Here you see the domain name of our website and its IP address. I will be using that IP address to ping and attempt to access the website from the terminal emulator. As you can see, all packets are transmitted and received, meaning we can access this website. Going into log files, I will be clearing the logs. Going back into the firewall, we'll go into policies, and you will see the policies and zones that I've already configured. Now we'll be adding a new policy, titling it block traffic. I described my policy rule as prohibits traffic to and from Russia. I will be doing this from any source zone, any source address, any source user, and any source device. But depending on which specific source, you can add specific zones. Destination, I will be doing any, and destination address is where I'll be adding Russia. Here you can add different regions and different countries. So if you wanted to add Greenland and block traffic from Russia and Greenland, or allow, you can do it here. But in this case, we'll just be doing Russia. Application will be any. Service URL category and action, we will be denying traffic. But if you would like to allow from specific geographical locations, you can do allow, drop, these other options. Have to make sure to click any for source zone as well. Now that everything was configured, I will now be moving this policy up to be number 1. After committing my changes, you can see that this is our policy block traffic with the address being Russia and the action being deny. And now we'll go to access Sputnik News again with our new policy. And here we are not able to access. And if we go into the monitor, you can see all of these that were dropped with the source address 192.168.120, which is the source address of SputnikNews.com. And it is hitting this rule block traffic with policy deny. Going back into the terminal emulator, we can ping one more time. And see that 6 packets were transmitted with 0 received and 100% packet loss, meaning we successfully blocked traffic to and from Russia.